Salve, família!
Você que quer fazer intercâmbio e curtir o estilo de vida australiano, lembre de se inscrever no nosso canal e acompanhar o Australian Lifestyle Podcast.
Falar o quê, meu amigo? Vai lá!
All right, welcome to Australian Lifestyle Podcast, this time in English. You are used to listening in Portuguese, but this time we're gonna do it in English because our guest speaks English, right, Vinny?
Yeah, she not only speaks English, but she speaks Spanish as well. She's originally from Colombia, but been living here in the beautiful Western Australia, more specifically in Perth. She works for Curtin University, one of the most traditional and innovative university here in the States. Welcome, Lisette.
Thank you very much, Vinny and Tiago. So bom dia, everybody. So thank you for the invitation. I'm really happy to be here today with you.
All right. The question I was going to ask you, Liz, is about your journey to Australia. Why did you come to Australia? What was the reason for it, firstly?
I came to Australia 12 years ago, and I came as an international student. So I came because I wanted to learn a little bit more of English, and I wanted like the experience and to travel overseas. So back home, I was applying to different job opportunities, and in all of them, they were asking for like business English, like a high level of English in the areas that I wanted to work with. So because of that, I was like, yeah, I'm young, I can travel, I can go to other places. And everybody was like, but why Australia? Australia wasn't at that point that popular as it is now, especially the city that I chose to come because it's I from the beginning I came to Perth, and a lot of people ask me why Perth, which is a really good and nice question. At that moment, I didn't know much about Australia, honestly, but I didn't want to go where everybody was going. So everybody was like, oh yeah, Melbourne and Sydney. And everybody was also, when I went to visit different agents and when I was doing my research, everybody was really advertising Brisbane at that time. Brisbane. I was like, no, I really want to go to a city where like not so popular, like for everybody. I really want to deep my knowledge in English. I really want to engage with people like from Australia. I want to learn from different cultures. I want to be in a city that is different, you know. That's why I came to Perth. And
Good
I'm
idea.
still here. So
After 12 years, which, it's a good sign, I guess.
yes.
And how did
Yeah.
your career develop from there? Because, in 12 years, you can do a lot of things, right?
So actually, I have done a lot of things in Australia, like how probably a lot of people do. So my first job was actually cleaning some offices. So I was doing like the usual student works. I work as a cleaner. I work as a waiter. I work in a kitchen. I did some prep meals in a restaurant. I work in a line restaurant. I did some management work in a restaurant as well. So everything it was like in different areas as well. And I always wanted to do other things and have different opportunities. So I got a chance to work in an agency. So that's how I started in an education, in my education journey, let's say. So I was working in an agency. I almost worked with them for almost 4 years. I worked very closely to Vinny, actually. That's why I know Vinny for a very long time. We were neighbors. And we had really good relationships with them, so that's really good. His team
At least
is awesome,
neighbors,
is
like, he
amazing.
was here next door to us,
Next door, yes,
Yeah.
actually, we were actually working next door, and it was very, very nice. Everybody in the office was super nice and friendly. So we never were competitors, we always were colleagues. And I think that's something really good in this industry as well, which is very, very nice. And after that, I got the opportunity to join the university. So I've been at Curtin for almost 6 years. And in the university, I've been doing a little bit of different roles. So first, I started in the Faculty of Business and Law in the recruitment space. And now I'm the regional manager for the Americas and Australia. So I do manage different portfolios at the moment. Yeah. So
Alright.
it's great. A little bit of the study abroad US as well, I'm in charge of. So yeah, it's a little mix, a lot of things, but it's great. Great opportunities to learn, to connect, to know different markets, different students. And I do love to talk to them and the agents and connections.
Yeah.
Connections.
Tiago,
Something.
I'm not sure if you're aware, but Curtin is most likely the largest university in Western Australia. Is that a fair assessment, Lisette?
Yes, it is. It is. Actually, we are the largest university in Western Australia. We have around 59,000 students. From that number of students, around 15 to 18% of our students are international students. The other student populations are domestic students, which mean Australian students. And that is something that I always love to say, because we are the first preference for domestic students. So this can assure the international students that they're going to have a really an Australian experience when they come to study, and also a very multicultural experience with international students that we have. As we have around 110 different nationalities on campus from students. So it's something that is very, very nice for the students to have these kind of opportunities. Also, we have campuses overseas. So these 59,000 students only in our Australian campus, in the Bentley one. Offshore, we have different student populations. So we have campuses in Dubai, Mauritius, Singapore, Malaysia, Sri Lanka, and Dubai. Did I mention Dubai? And Dubai.
Wow. So it's a global university indeed.
Yeah.
Yes. It's good for the students because even if they don't go to, because our offshore campuses, of course, we don't offer all the programs in all our campuses, but our offshore campuses, they do offer all the business undergraduate programs and a couple of engineering programs as well, especially in Malaysia. So it's good because the university is recognized globally. So we have been working in different countries in different projects where the university has a strong presence. And that marks a difference for the students, not only in Australia, when they want to find different opportunities abroad. It gives the students a name. Oh, I have studied at Curtin, and actually they know the university because they've been probably studying there or have been working with them. So it gives connections to the students with different alumni as well, opportunities. So that's really great
All right.
for them.
Yeah, that is definitely really great. And one thing that I wanted to ask you, Liz, is
Yep.
about scholarships opportunities at Curtin for Latin America and specifically for Brazil. How does it work?
Yeah, so at the university, we do have a scholarship. We have a Global Merit Scholarship. That's the name of the scholarship that we have for 2025. So this scholarship gives the student 25% of discount on the first year of a student fees. This scholarship is merit-based, so it's actually based in the notes on the final grades that the students got in the bachelor program on the undergraduate program from Brazil. So they will have the opportunity to get the scholarship. They don't have to apply for it. It's automatically assessed at the moment of the application. So when our admissions team receive the transcripts and the documents, they will check if the student is eligible, and if yes, he will, or the student will receive the scholarship in the offer. So that's pretty much the scholarship that we are offering at the moment. For 2026, we may change the scholarship, but it's always is going to be the same or better. So it's good for the students to have opportunities there. Also, we have an English scholarship. So this scholarship is for students that maybe require a little bit more support with their English before joining the master program or the undergraduate program. The scholarship is up to 7,000 Australian dollars for the bridging program. So actually, the way it works is they will come, they will do their English, and this scholarship will be transferred to the master fees. So they will have that money discounted from the master tuition fees, which I think is really good and a good help for the students because they will get better preparation. They will feel a little bit more secure before joining the university, and also they will have the discount on the fees. So I think it's great.
At least with this English scholarship, do they study English on campus?
Yes, they will study English in our Curtin English school, and is on campus. So they will have all the services available for them. They can go to the library. They can just use everything that we offer in the campus.
What are the main programs that Curtin offers? Like, I know that there are some programs that are really well ranked globally. If you could share a little bit more about these programs with us, would be great.
Yeah, of course. So the university has been really well known for the science and engineering programs, especially, but it's particularly in the mining and metallurgic area, like everything related to minerals. So that's our highest ranking. So we are ranked #2 in the world, #1 in Australia for mining and metallurgic. So that's one of the highest rankings that we have, but we are also top 50 in the world in areas like geoscience, geology, geophysics, chemical engineering, civil engineering, petroleum engineering, architecture as well. We're in the top 100 in the world. One of the best architecture programs in Australia, the best one in WA. So in different areas, we are really highly ranked. That's in terms of the rankings, but the university is also really comprehensive in the number of programs that we offer. So we have more than 600 options for the students in undergraduate, postgraduate, and research programs. So our Faculty of Business and Law, for example, it's triple accredited. So that's something that gives the best business school in Western Australia because of the accreditation that we do have. So that covers all the business programs that we offer to our students. So it's something that also gives confidence to the student that they are studying in a quality institution and that the degree is going to be recognized. Sometimes I believe for the students it's difficult to make a decision about where to go because maybe they don't know really well the university, or maybe because they are afraid a little bit of the financials, because sometimes the difference with all the providers, it could be maybe in high. But I always try to explain to the student that when you choose a university that is really well known in specific areas, you are not only paying for the degree, you are also paying for the opportunities that actually the degree is going to give you. Is this kind of return of the investment? So in a lot of our programs like geoscience, geophysics, mining, all the engineering programs, the IT programs that we offer, computing, almost all the students have job offers, job opportunities, internships, networking opportunities, connections with industry. So that's what is actually opening your doors to be in the Australian market and to be in the international market. So when you pay a degree, you have to think about all the opportunities that this university is giving you. So, for example, we worked with NASA. Who else worked with NASA in Australia? So we work with NASA in very specific programs, for example, and it's open for the students to be part of the project. So if you are paying your degree and you're part of, oh yeah, maybe I volunteer to work, in this project, which is called BINAR, and I can be part of BINAR, and how cool it will be in your resume that you were part of BINAR project with NASA. Like, it's all of these opportunities that actually open doors for the students. And actually, the companies really love what our students at Curtin do. So in terms of recognitions and rankings that you were mentioning, actually Curtin, in the last QLT survey, we got placed #1 in Australia, in the whole country, for employment satisfaction. So that means that what we are doing is right. We are actually really focusing in the student experience, in the skills, but also in these soft skills that will give the students the strengths that they need when they are working, and give them different opportunities. And that's which is different from us, like with others. Yeah.
I like it. And could you share some cases of success in Curtin University for, after the students have their degree?
Yeah, well, in different programs they do. At the moment, there is something about Western Australia, where we are in Perth, is that we are well known as the state of engineering, and the reason is because a lot of companies, or the main companies' headquarters, of companies related to technology and engineering are based here in Perth, in Western Australia. I think that's something that is very important for the students to take into account when they are choosing the university and the place where they want to study. And it's if you want to develop your career in engineering, well, it's good for you to come to the state with where the engineering companies are, because it's gonna give you more chances to have connections, internships, graduate programs, opportunities after you graduate, or even while you are studying, which is happening with our students at Curtin. So, for example, our students of the Master of Geoscience, because now we are in a boom in terms of the mining and resources, almost all of them have part-time jobs with companies already, because that master, for example, is almost 100% practical. So the students have the opportunities to be working in projects, in labs, and in different areas. And that gives them connections with companies because they are actually doing projects and developing all of their studies in different real projects outside. So almost all of them, they have already a part-time job offer. The vacation jobs are actually a really great opportunity for the students. So vacation jobs, it's something that the companies here open when the students are in the summer break. So they can actually apply and work for companies for 3 months. And with this, they not only will have a local experience, but also the chance to get a regular job with this company if they do a really good, internship.
Amazing.
So
Yeah.
that's an amazing opportunity for the students. And we have very successful stories. Like we have one student that she did her master in chemical engineering, and now she's working with BHP. And also, especially for women, there are a lot of opportunities here because there are no women really in science and engineering areas. And companies really are desperate for women that want to work in these areas because they have different rules and laws in terms of gender equality. And they struggle to find women with really good qualifications and experience, and that they just want to do their career here. So I can say that all my students, at least the ones that I have known, they all are working in companies at the moment. If they have done their degree in trading, that have opened the doors for them to actually be part of a company. Because sometimes I say to the student, you could have a great background back home, in different companies, and you study in really great universities. But when you came to Australia, the companies don't really know the companies where you were working unless it's a multinational, international company or something. Or maybe they are a little bit struggle to understand your experience from the universities you study back home. But when you study in Australia, they see it as an investment in the country, and they see it as a door for you to have opportunities. So they don't know your work experience back home, but they know Curtin, and they know that we are good in what we are and what you are studying. So that will give you the chance to be recognized in the industry. You know what I mean? It's something that I can really see the difference for the students, and gives them like real chances to have opportunities, career opportunities here.
So if
That's what students want, right? That's what students want, Vinny.
Yes, indeed, indeed. So I was going to ask Lisette, if she could summarize Curtin in 5 words, what would be the words?
Wow. I think one of them, it could be innovation. So innovation is one that is really strong. The second one, it could be networking. And I see it as a way for the students to really network, not only with companies, but also with projects, with research, with community. So networking is very important for the university. Third, it will be sustainability, because it's something that it's very key for the university. So in our processes, in our programs, in everything that we do, that's one of the strengths of the university at the moment, like to make all our processes and our studies sustainable for the world. The fourth one will be practical. So we are very practical in the way that we teach. So all of the students will have the chance to get into fantastic facilities, labs. Even when you are doing an assessment, it's based on real cases. So you may have an assessment, for example, just to give an example for the students. We have a group of students doing marketing in the Master of Commerce program, and they were doing marketing. And in one of the assessments, the final assessment was to support one of the local wineries in the new marketing strategy. So they have to work actually from scratch to develop a new product and how to help support the winery in the promotion of the new wine, and even with the design, the targeting audience. And that was just one assessment. It wasn't an internship. So that's an example of how practical the university is. Just to give a different example than science and engineering. In the construction space as well, everything with design and architecture, the university is actually really good as well, and very well known and respected in the state. And the last one, it will be community, probably, because I think the university is a community for the students, the support they receive, how connected we are, the employees, with the student, actually, and how we want them to succeed. And all the efforts actually are putting in place for the students to really have real good and real opportunities. So I always say to the students, your career doesn't start when you graduate. Your career starts when on your day one of the university, because you need to use every service that the university have done for you. So every workshop, every networking opportunity, every event, all of them are free for the students. Even the access to the systems they have. For example, students doing IT, they can do different Cisco certification as part of the degree. The students doing finance, they could do like a special certificate to learn about stock market and be like certified with that. So all of that is part of the journey. It's extra things they can get on top of the degree. So
That's a very
I
good
think
tip,
in terms,
actually.
sorry?
It's taking every opportunity in experience
Yeah.
like that. It's a really good tip, and
Mhm.
I think that relates to, the whole experience in Australia. Take every single opportunity so you can enjoy the Australian lifestyle at its most.
Yes, that's true. That's true. Even the sports and the social activities as well. We have a lot of support for international students, because we understand that at the beginning it could be a little bit challenging to get into to know each other and the community and everything. So we try to do different activities for the students to connect. We actually have an activity called Cafe Connect, and it's for the students to meet other students from other programs, and to feel this sense of community, which I think it's very important as well.
Yeah, I love it, Vinny. And it's good that you talked about community, Liz, because for me, the Australian lifestyle passes through community. And one thing that I wanted to ask you, and we asked to all of our participants here, is what is the Australian lifestyle for you?
My lifestyle is a little bit depends, of course, the time of the year. But I do love and I do enjoy. Actually, my favorite seasons are spring and autumn, because of the weather, because it's not too cold, not too hot, and there are a lot of activities outdoor. So Perth has something very special, and is that we have beautiful areas to do outdoor activities. So I believe it is a city, and people in Australia, especially here, they love to do things out. So the weather here is amazing because gives you the opportunity just not to go to the beach and to enjoy a park, or maybe do some hiking. Also, it gives you the opportunity just to go out and walk. I love to walk when it's not hot. So I do enjoy a good coffee, a good restaurant, maybe just to have dinner out. just to walk maybe around the river is beautiful. Yeah, I have a different lifestyle, maybe a little bit calmer than than other people. But I do love that the sense of security, that I can go out and walk and enjoy, and I don't have to be worried about my things or my security as a woman. So I think that's something that gives me peace, and the opportunity to spend time with friends and colleagues in a different way, especially in outdoor areas, which I really enjoy. I love to go to concerts. Here we have really good gigs and people coming in to play in Perth recently. So yeah, that's something that I really like as well.
All right. So, well, Liz, thank you very much for this interview. It was a very wide opening for opportunities and doors that are available in Australia. So thanks for it, for your insights. And hopefully I'll get to go to Perth someday to visit the city, visit Vinny and yourself, and meet all the people there in Curtin.
Of course, you're more than welcome to come anytime.
Thank you so much, Liz. It was a pleasure to have you here.
Thank you so much, you guys, for inviting me. Thank you for the people that have listened to us. And yeah, you hope that you enjoyed this session. And yeah, anything that I could do to help and support you on your journey to Australia, happy to. So thank you so much for all your support always. Thank you to all the AC team. Love to work with you guys all the time, and the way that you do with the students, how you support your community as well, the students from Brazil. So I really enjoy to be part of this team as well.
All right, you definitely are. So thank you very much for watching this episode of the Lifestyle Podcast, Australian Lifestyle Podcast, and we'll see each other again in the next episode. All right, Vinny, see you. Thanks,
See you. Enjoy the snowboard, Thiago. Cheers, mate.
I will, yeah, cheers.
Bye!
Salve, família!
Você que quer fazer intercâmbio e curtir o estilo de vida australiano, lembre de se inscrever no nosso canal e acompanhar o Australian Lifestyle Podcast.
Falar o quê, meu amigo? Vai lá!